Okay.
Please mute your mic.
ఎందుకు రా सुन 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 तू कौन के 2 घंटे जब अब अगले हफ्ते से
Your mic off upstairs.
देख
Please mute your mic.
देख सुन जरा सुन जरा सुन 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 जरा थैंक यू
Aftab sir,
यस मैडम
mute your mic.
हेलो
Please mute your mic, sir. Everyone, please mute your mic. It causes
माइक
disturbance.
அவர் இருக்கணும்ல
Noor ma'am, can you start?
Hello,
Yes,
Swati
ma'am, start.
ma'am.
Yes,
Is
ma'am,
everyone
start.
in?
Yeah, you are audible. Start.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Hoor, assisting the Department of Computer Science Engineering at KG Reddy College of Engineering and Technology. It is a pleasure to invite our guest speaker, Dr. K. Manideep. Is a highly accomplished academic professional with expertise in blockchain, supply chain management, and machine learning. After completing his PhD at Pondicherry University, he has continued to contribute significantly to the academic field. Currently, he serves as an associate professor at Bapatla Engineering College, bringing with him with 14 years of teaching experience and 7 years of research expertise. Throughout his career, Dr. Manideep has undertaken various administrative roles, including assistant controller of examinations, mail server administrator, and IQAC convener, as well as a member of the department advisory committee. His dedication to academia is evident through his publication of over 10 research papers in reputed journals and conferences. His contributions reflect a blend of teaching, administrative leadership, and impactful research in his area of specialization. We all welcome you, sir. Now it's over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your introduction. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Um, Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank uh, ACT and ATAL FDP for organizing these kind of events, and KG Reddy Institute of Technology for choosing me as a resource person. And a special thanks to coordinator Dr. Bihar Krishna, who who act, uh, who chosen me as a resource person. And let us quickly go through our today's topic, ChatGPT. Introduction to ChatGPT. Is my screen? Sorry, ma'am.
సార్ చెప్పండి ఏమైంది
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. The PowerPoint is in presentation mode now. Is it clear, ma'am? Is my PowerPoint presentation visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for confirmation. Good evening to everyone. Our today's topic is Introduction to ChatGPT 4, and myself, K. Manideep, working as associate professor at Department of CSE at Bapatla Engineering College, Bapatla. And let us quickly go through our topic. And first of all, I would like to show the agenda, today's session agenda, and we will start with the topic introduction. Later, we will go through brief introduction of LLMs and ChatGPT. Then we will conclude with challenges with ChatGPT and future of conversational AI. And let us complete the session with question and answer session. And let us come to the introduction part. We all know ChatGPT was released by an organization named as OpenAI in the month of November, month of November 2022. And since then, it becomes one of the world's popular and mostly used tools. Uh, to be precise, the most popular applications like TikTok and Instagram earned 100 million users in 9 months and 30 months respectively, whereas ChatGPT did it in just 2 months and 1 million users it crossed just within 1 month of its launch. It shows how useful tool it is and how how great tool it is. And but to understand ChatGPT more, we need to understand few other things also. Let us start the discussion. First of all, ChatGPT was built on foundation of a tool named as large language models. And the ChatGPT popularity brought the concept of LLMs into spotlight, and now various businesses and industries are looking for ways to utilize this AI model to build their own revolutionary products. That's why we are also going with yes, I know. In last couple of days, our topics are based on LLMs, and I would like to put these topics in my understandable way so that we can easily go through ChatGPT. And first, let us see what these LLMs are. And LLMs are definitely artificial intelligence models, and we all know artificial intelligence has many forms like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and LLMs. Let us quickly go through what these things are. Basically, artificial intelligence is a very broad term. Generally, it deals with intelligent machines, and machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence that will mostly focus on pattern recognition in data. As you can imagine, once you recognize a pattern, you can apply the same pattern to new observations. That's the essence of new observations, and you get your results. That's the essence of the idea, but uh, we will get that, we will see in it. And next one, deep learning is is the subfield of machine learning, which is focused on unstructured data, which includes text, images, and videos. It relies on artificial neural networks and uh, other methods. Basically, it is a method that is we cannot say completely inspired by the human brain, loosely inspired by the human brain, and to make computations like a human. And let us come to the our today's topic, that is LLM, which implemented based on deep learning models, which is used to deal with text, especially that will be the focus of to generate next word. So let us start with. Now we can understand what these LLMs are. Basically, LLMs are subfields of deep learning models, which will be used to deal with text. And let us see what these are in textual form. Basically, um, LLM LLMs are artificial intelligence models which are trained over very huge amounts of data and with large number of parameters during the training. Uh, Large number of parameters. And during this training process, the model will learn the patterns in your language, grammar, and the meaning of the words so that it can make predictions whenever someone asks questions. And these models are built using deep learning techniques, as we just mentioned, especially using a type of neural network. Recent times, it was specially implemented using a neural network called as transformer architecture. They were large because they consist of extensive number of parameters. Nowadays, most of them are more than billions that are trained on vast amounts of textual data. And what is the need for using of LLMs? Nowadays, large language models are very much flexible, and using one model, we can perform multiple tasks like answering questions and summarizing the documents, translating languages, completing sentences, and we can perform so many tasks using a single large language model. And many people are believing that these LLMs can potentially disrupt the content creation and how people use search engines and virtual assistants in future. And let us see how these large language. Yeah, we all discussed all these things from so many days, but most of the times we will not understand how these large language models are working. So let us quickly see how this large language model works and what is its architecture. Then let us go to our today's topic, ChatGPT, because the topic is implemented on top of large language model. Without understanding large language model, may not give a appropriate idea on ChatGPT. Basically, large language models are a type of neural network specially designed for natural language processing tasks like generating the sentences, generating the paragraphs, and answering the questions like these tasks. And these models consist of multiple layers of interconnected neurons organized into a hierarchical structure, just like a human brain. The first, basically, the first LLMs were based on recurrent neural networks, where when we fed with a string of text input, it could predict what the next word in the sequence would be. These models are called as recurrent because it could learn from its own output. That means the output it generated was fed back into the network to improve the future performance. But from 2007 onwards, a new architecture for LLMs were emerged called the transformer. It was proposed by Vaswani et al., a researcher at Google Brain, in his paper "Attention is All You Need." We can all find that paper in the internet, and we can see the first transformer model they provided. Basically, the transformer architecture is based on the concept of self-attention mechanism. What this mechanism does is it enables an LLM to consider all the different parts of the textual input together so that the model can weight the importance of each word in the text input, identify the relation between the words in a given sequence, and thus generate a highly accurate and coherent output. For example, we would like to write a sentence like, uh, today is Thursday. It will first organize all the words together and give appropriate weights, and based on the weights, it will arrange the words in sequence. But how exactly this attention mechanism weighs the importance of each word? It must compute score for each word, that is probability, in the input sequence based on the relevance to the text at hand. The model then uses these scores to create a weighted representation of the input, which is passed through multiple layers of feed-forward neural networks. The transformer architecture is highly parallelizable, which means it can work on many pieces of information at the same time, and that is why LLMs can process large amounts of data simultaneously. Let's see it with a diagram so that we can easily understand. For example, we would like to complete a sentence like, the cat likes to sleep in the dash. We will pass this input string to the transformer. It will find, maybe let us assume we have 50,000 words suitable for this particular position. It will first organize all those words and give an appropriate weightage. And based on that weightage, the most weighed word will be substituted in that place. In this case, it may be a box. The cat likes to sleep in the box. In this way, it will work. It is not the complete picture, and I would like to give a brief idea of how these LLMs work so that we can easily understand how ChatGPTs will work. I hope all of you understand. And how LLMs can achieve this functionality is the next question. And LLMs there are three fundamental steps in building large language models. Those three fundamental steps are pre-training, instruction fine-tuning, and reinforcement learning from the human feedback. Let us quickly see what these three things are. Pre-training. And every large language model will be pre-trained before it is released to the public with whatever they want to train. Maybe in this case, large amounts of data that could be easily gathered from books and dialogue datasets, internet, and many other sources. But the problem with pre-training is you train your LLM with all possible data so that it has a huge amount of information. And if you ask anything, your LLM, it simply babble with huge amount of text. It may not be suitable to your user, who is working with that LLM. That's why we need to fine tune that LLM, and that is we need to teach the model to respond to instructions so that your model will learn to respond to the instructions, which helps the alignment. That is the expectations of your users. And similarly, after instruction fine tuning, the reinforcement learning from human feedback, which is also called as RLHF, which is also used for the same purpose, but it helps to produce output that is more closer to what humans would like to hear from your LLM. And there are so many popular LLMs in market. GPT was released by OpenAI, that is what we are talking today. And Gemini, released by Google, Emma, Llama, Claude, Command, and 5.3. Like that, we have so many LLMs in market nowadays. And today we are going to see about the chatbot, the OpenAI chatbot based on GPT, that is ChatGPT. I hope all of us get some basic idea on LLMs, and based on those LLMs, there are so many applications were built nowadays, and ChatGPT one such an example. So let us see what this ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is a generative artificial intelligence chatbot developed by OpenAI and launched in November 2022, and it is based on the LLM GPT generative pre-trained transformer. The current ChatGPT is based on 4.0. Earlier one is 3.5, and before the introduced one is 3.0. GPT LLM, and it is used to generate human-like conversational responses and enables user to refine and steer a conversation toward desired length, desired format, and required style, level of detail, and the language also. And so let us see what this GPT is. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It is called as a generative pre-trained transformer because it basically used to predict the next word in your sentence, and it is a pre-trained one because OpenAI pre-trained it on massive amounts of text from various sources before releasing it to the public and real world usage. And next one, it is using a transformer model, which is a neural network architecture, which was introduced in 2017, which we already discussed in the paper, everything you need to know. And now let us see what is the difference between this GPT and ChatGPT. Basically, GPT is a family of large language models are large multimodal models, and ChatGPT is a chatbot app implemented on top of GPT. GPT gives AI apps the ability to generate, create, and analyze the text, images, and interpret the data and performs more operations on the data. And it is a basically a huge neural network with hundreds of billions of parameters with GPT 3.5 and GPT 4. It crosses trillions also. Whereas ChatGPT is a simple chatbot app which relies on GPT's parameters and which is specially designed for dialogues and conversations. And it has content filters, which is not the case with GPT. So let us see in this workshop. I plan like just let us see how ChatGPT will work. What is the history of ChatGPT model? And nowadays everyone are using ChatGPT. So let us see what additional features we will get with the latest version of ChatGPT, that is ChatGPT 4.0, over compared with other ChatGPTs, other previous versions of ChatGPT. Let us start our discussion with working of ChatGPT. The ChatGPT will work as shown here. In fact, this is a modified version of ChatGPT's original presentation. We could find ChatGPT's original presentation in chatgpt.com to find how this ChatGPT will work. And this one is a modified version of ChatGPT. Let us see what it is saying. Basically, this ChatGPT working is divided into three categories or three phases. Those three phases are supervised fine-tuning model, and in step 2 the reward model, and the step 3 is RHLF, reinforcement RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. And let us see the three steps, how they what is the functionality of each step. Step 1, and basically this ChatGPT is trained to predict the next word in a sentence based on the context of the previous words. The training dataset included vast amount of text data from books, websites, and other sources, as we mentioned earlier. But this training was it needed further refinement for the model. Sorry. And in this, in first one, supervised training, supervised fine-tuning model. First, ChatGPT will hire few content creators. They will give dialogues for both question, that is their dialogue, as well as AI's dialogue, and they will feed that. They will make it as a dialogue dataset, and they will feed this dataset to the ChatGPT, and they will train the ChatGPT on that particular dataset, so that it will first train it for what output it should give for what type of questions. But we all know that is not enough to give accurate outputs based on the user requirements. That's why in step 2, they used a reward model, so that whenever someone asks a question, your supervised fine-tuning model gives one output, give some outputs. Maybe in this case, let us assume it gives 4 answers: answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, and answer 4. And it will pass to the labeler, that is an employee of ChatGPT, who will give ranks to all the outputs. Based on the ranking, it will choose one output or one answer, and that will be passed to the training model once again, so that it will understand for what kind of actions it needs to give what type of output. Finally, the reinforcement learning process is used to further train the supervised fine-tuning model, which is used as an agent that maximizes the reward from the reward model. Basically, it will generate a response to the user prompt, which is then passed to the uh, reward model, which is then evaluated by the reward model. The supervised fine-tuning model then tries to update its prediction to get bigger rewards for future predictions. This process is more scalable than the first step because it is easier and faster for an annotator to rank multiple outputs than to write a detailed response themselves. And here we need to remember step 2, step 3 can be repeated multiple times using the newly trained model. From the step 3, a new reward model can be trained by repeating a step 2, which is fed again into the step 3, and so on. So ChatGPT uses the same architecture and training process as we discussed. And after the 3-step training process, ChatGPT responses become more sophisticated and effective in real-world scenarios. For example, if you user ask a model what is the best way to reduce stress, the model now can generate a response that takes into account the user's specific situation and needs. For example, here is the response ChatGPT give, like what is the best way to reduce stress is it will ask a few more questions and it will give you an answer. I hope how this one will work. Basically, ChatGPT works in 3-step process. One is supervised fine-tuning model in step 1. Next one, a reward model. Third one, RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. In first step, the LLM developers will hire few labelers or employees to train the model by giving question and answer to the model, so that your LLM will train to what outputs it need to give for what questions. But we all know after training, we give only one answer or 2 or 3 answers. That may not be enough or that may not be good for all the context. That's why in step 2, they further refined it by using a reward model where when prompt is passed to the prompt is nothing but prompt is generally a question posed to the LLM to get your required answer. When it is given to your LLM, it will pass through the supervised fine-tuning model and it will give few answers, and those answers will be given to the labeler, who is an employee of that organization, and he will rank the outputs 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And based on that rank, it will choose the highest ranked answer, and it will pass it to the reward model. That reward model will goes to the reinforcement learning phase, that is third phase, where the answer will be given to the SDF model, and the reward model will give the reward, and that will pass to the and this will be given to the step 2 again, and this process will continue as long as you will get more meaningful answers from your chat GPT. I hope you all get some sense about how these chat GPTs will work. And now let us come to uh, the brief history of chat GPT. And the ChatGPT was implemented by OpenAI, and it is an organization found in 2015. Found in 2015, and they first released the transformer model in 2017, as we already discussed. And later they started releasing GPTs from 2018. The first GPT model was GPT-1, which was released in June 2018, and it was trained on 117 million parameters. This sets the foundational architecture of ChatGPT. And GPT-1 demonstrated the power of unsupervised learning in language understanding tasks using books as trained data to predict the next word in a sentence. And the second in the series is GPT-2, which was released in February 2019, which represented a significant upgrade with 1.5 billion parameters, which showcased a dramatic improvement in text generation capabilities because of its huge parameters and produce coherent and multi-paragraph text. But due to its potential misuse, GPT wasn't initially released to the public. The model was eventually launched in November 2019 after OpenAI conducted a staged rollout to study and mitigate potential risks. And the next one is GPT-3, which was a huge leap forward in June 2020. This model was trained on a staggering 175 billion parameters, which is definitely way bigger compared with its predecessor, GPT-2, which is trained on only 1.5 billion parameters. Its advanced text generation capabilities led to widespread use in various applications from drafting emails, writing articles to create poetry, and even generating programming code. They started giving API access from GPT-3 onwards. And it also demonstrated an ability to answer factual questions and translate between languages. When GPT-3 was launched, it marked a pivotal moment when the world started acknowledging this groundbreaking technology. Although these models had been in existence for a few years, it was with GPT-3 that individuals had the opportunity to interact with ChatGPT directly, ask it questions, and receive comprehensive and practical responses. When people who interact directly with the LLMs like this, it becomes clear just how impactful this technology would become. And based on GPT-3, they started Instruct GPT, which is a sibling to ChatGPT, sorry, which was implemented based on GPT-3 and reinforcement learning based on human feedback. It was demonstrated in papers like training language models to follow instructions with human feedback, deep reinforcement learning from human preferences. And our today's hero, that is ChatGPT 4, was introduced in 2022 November 30, and which is based on Instruct GPT, but the way they gathered information is different from ChatGPT and Instruct GPT. And GPT-4 was introduced in 2024, which is the latest GPT, and it was trained over trillions of parameters, which is way higher than the ChatGPT 3, and this is much better compared to the previous versions. It is trained over 170 trillion parameters, and the paper which demonstrated this technology is GPT-4 technical report. And here we can see the details related to the history of GPT model. It was taken from Wikipedia, and GPT-1 was trained on book corpus, where they used 117 million parameters. GPT-2 was trained over web text, 40 GB of text, and 8 million documents from 45 million web pages with 1.5 billion parameters. And GPT-3 was trained on 499 billion tokens consisting of common crawl 570 GB, web text, English, Wikipedia, and two books corpuses, books 1 and books 2 corpuses with 175 billion parameters. And GPT 3.5 is also trained on the same number of parameters. And the more latest recent one is GPT-4, which was trained over 1.7 trillion parameters. And the training data is not disclosed so far. Also trained with both text prediction and reinforcement learning from human feedback. And now let us see what makes this ChatGPT 4.0 is very unique compared with the previous versions of GPT. And the advanced features, enhanced reasoning, personalized interactions, real life applications makes it more uh, more versatile compared to the previous versions. And advanced features uh, specifies the ability to handle complex queries and perform tasks such as coding assistant, text generation, and nuanced problem solving. Enhanced reasoning means improved logic and understanding for delivering coherent and meaningful responses, and adapts to the responses to the user's preferences and maintaining context for personalized engaging conversations comes under personalized interactions. Useful for various fields like education, work, creative writing, coding, customer support, and many other practical scenarios will come under real life applications. Let us see one by one so that we can understand why ChatGPT 4.0 is more useful compared with the previous. These are the key additions to the ChatGPT 4.0 when compared with the previous versions. The previous versions can work with only textual information, but the latest ChatGPT, that is ChatGPT 4.0, can work with multiple types of data that could be text, images, and uh, PDF documents, whatever it may be. You can work with multiple types of data. Let us see it with one simple example. And to access ChatGPT, from now onwards, I would like to show the use cases also. And ChatGPT can work with text. When we give some input, it will respond. It is taking too long. And it can work with voice. Now you can see whatever I am talking, it is recording that whatever I am talking, it is recording that content. Hello, ChatGPT. What is the time now? it is taking too long to respond, but you can experiment with it whenever you are free time, and it will work with voice also. And it is a free version, it is not a full version, but still it is also working on ChatGPT 4.0, so you need not worry about it, but with limited features. Now let us try it once again. What is the time now? What is the time now?
So it is going to be 7.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm asking ChatGPT, not. Sorry for the inconvenience. And it can also work with images. For example, I would like to upload one of the image which demonstrates the Git workflow, and I'm asking what this image says. The ChatGPT is very slow for our bad. That's why we could not able to send messages quickly. What this image says, and it clearly identified that. You can see the image here. Chat Git workflow. I hope all of you can see this image, and it exactly identified what we have in this image, and it presented that content. This image illustrates the Git workflow. Here is a breakdown: working directory, staging area, and local repository, and you can move from one location to another location by using the commands like git add to add your files from working directory to staging area, git commit -m to commit your files, like that. And not only that, you can add any images, but as I am using uh, free version, it allows me to add only one image for now. I can add the next image only after 3:57 p.m. tomorrow. And I hope you all understand what this multimodal means. By using ChatGPT 4.0, we can work with multiple types of data, like previous one, text information, audio, video, and these what you call it as uh, image data also. Next one, improved context understanding. For example, here our previous question is related to Git. Now, if I ask some question related to the without mentioning Git, it will understand the context and it will give the answer based on that context. For example, if I ask what is rebasing, it will understand user try to get related to Git rebase. We didn't mention rebasing with respect to Git, but it understands user wanted to get rebasing related to Git, and it provided appropriate answer to us. It can understand the context, or it can remember the context, and it can understand the context much better compared with the previous models. And next one is multilingual support. ChatGPT 4.0 can work with multiple languages. You can ask questions in Telugu, you can ask questions in English, you can ask questions in any language. It will answer in most of the languages. Give me some story in Telugu. It will understand, and it will give a story. Because I am from Andhra Pradesh, I speak in Telugu. I can understand this, but much of you may not understand this. It's not, no need to worry. I would like to show it can, it can work with multiple languages, which is not the case with the previous models. And better problem solving skills. It was trained over 1.7 trillion parameters, which is very, very huge compared with the previously known 170 billion parameters. So you can definitely say it problem solving skills are much superior compared to the its problem solving skills, as well as the knowledge base is much superior compared to the previous version, that is ChatGPT 3.0. And from 3.0 onwards, they gave API support, but this time they gave better API support compared with the previous ones. And the next important advancement in ChatGPT 4.0 is ethical improvement. And yes, ChatGPT 3.0 is also ethically improved, but this one is much better, much superior compared to it. ChatGPT 4.0 will not accept will accept few questions, but mostly it will avoid questions which are unethical and which are danger to the society, which will not give any answers for such questions. And finally, ChatGPT 4.0 can integrate with various other tools. Those are your IDEs and other Canva Pro to work with images and to work with mathematical. You can integrate Cloud with it, and you can integrate other LLMs also with this ChatGPT 4.0. Later, we will see in a bit. Here, see the various tools you can integrate with ChatGPT, that is AI PDF Drive, Cool GPT, Scholar GPT, Tutor Me, Grimoire, and Canva, Write for Me, Scholar GPT. You can DALI. You can add any type of. You can add so many other tools or integrate other tools with this GPT. And next one. The enhanced reasoning. Yes, this was built on 175 billion parameter, 1.7 trillion parameters. So its reasoning was enhanced. Let us see in what aspects it was improved. Its enhanced reasoning, that is problem solving, complex analysis, code debugging and optimization, making inferences from data, comparative analysis, hypothetical scenarios, explaining complex concepts, and ethical dilemmas. And for example, if you want to understand this, I will give few example scenarios also. For problem solving, a user needs a way to organize a team project effectively, and ChatGPT can give some suggestions using task management tools like Trello or Asana, dividing responsibilities among team members and setting smart goals like that. And complex analysis, let us consider a scenario analyzing the impact of marketing campaign on revenues. By giving your input, it will compare the data before and after the campaign and evaluate the conversion rates and identifies potential bottlenecks or opportunities for optimization. Next one, code debugging and optimization. And here you can give any code and you can ask for issues with your code, and you can ask it for optimizing the code. For example, let us see with one practical example also. I have a code to handle key events in Java. And let us paste it here. I would like to ask a question. Optimize this code with better logic. And it explains what you have in your code, and it has given the corrected code also. If you have any mistakes in your code, it will give you the corrected code. And if you give a question like optimize this code with better logic, it might further fine tune it, because we used AWT components, and it identified that swings are better than AWT, and it gave a code with AWT and better logic compared with the previous one. And making inferences from the data, which we already discussed. And for example, you have a sales data indicating a dip in specific quarter. You can give that data to ChatGPT, and it will identify the patterns such as seasonal trends or external factors. For example, if you consider AC business, it will be very high in summers and very low in winters. It will consider those factors also, and other external factors like market conditions. In COVID situation, nobody would like to buy anything because of financials, and it also gives suggestions what in what way you can improve the performance. And comparative analysis, let us consider a scenario choosing between cloud platforms like AWS and Azure. It will give what are all the features and pricing, scalability, sustainability for the user needs, adding in informed decision making. And it can also solve some of the hypothetical scenarios, like predicting the impact of automating a manufacturing line, and which is definitely a hypothetical scenario, but it will solve such scenarios also. And explaining complex concepts. For example, I don't know the topic like fluid mechanics. Explain fluid mechanics in simple terms. It will explain your topic. Very complex tasks also in a simple manner. And ethical dilemmas. For example, let us see a scenario whether to prioritize user privacy over data-driven innovations. It is definitely a dilemma, because revealing the user's data is not at all ethical thing. But without revealing the data, we cannot get innovations like based on the usage, they will improve the product. And this is an ethical dilemma. Such scenarios also it can solve some cases. And our next set of next point is personalized interactions. And once our tone is set to the ChatGPT, it will react based on that tone only. For example, if you want an interactions related to your work, you may use formal tone, and it is with a friend conversation, a friendly tone or a casual tone. And if it is a serious scenario, you can use a serious tone. Once it is set with ChatGPT, it will adjust to the tone and that style, and it give responses in the tone and style only. And it will also remember the preferences. For example, I would like to buy a bike. What are the popular models in market? But I am interested in uh, um, maybe TVS make models. It will remember my preferences, and based on that, it will suggest our solutions and personalized recommendations. Based on our previous history, it will recommend the concepts personally also. And context aware responses. Previously, we have seen this with the example. We asked what is rebasing. It remembered the previous context, and based on the context, it gave us the response. And it will also adjust for expertise level. Based on our conversations, it will identify what level of expertise we have on the topic, and it will give the answers based on that level. And next one, tailoring suggestions based on interest. That is, as we already discussed, remembering preferences based on our preferences. It will tailor the suggestions, and it will give those reflections on. Based on our questions and based on our mood tone set, it will identify our mood, and it will give responses based on that only. And as we already seen, language preferences can also be given. And if you specify a particular language, it will give answers on that in that particular language only. And creative personalization, professional, it will give professional advice also. If you explain your scenario, it will give you a professional advice. For example, currently I am working at this organization with this much salary, and I got an offer from so and so organization. Is it a wise decision to move to new organization or continuing here? If you ask a question like that, it will give a personal advice also. I am not suggesting you to use all these answers for your personal use, but I am telling it will give these answers also. And currently, some of the answers are very good, and some of the answers are not useful for most of the human beings. These will be definitely enhanced in future. And coming to the real-time applications of ChatGPT, we all are witnessing this ChatGPT in various locations, and we all are educators, and I hope all of us are using this ChatGPT in our daily life, like enhancing the questions and getting the answers for questions, and better explanation of a particular topic, or writing literature survey for a particular topic. We all at least some of us are using for these topics. And workplace productivity. Yes, writing all these things, you have something in your mind, but you are unable to put it in a proper manner. Putting efforts on that is definitely not worthy, and just give that idea to ChatGPT and ask it to enhance. It will definitely give a better version of your idea than what you present by yourself. And next one is customer service automation. Nowadays, we are seeing chatbots in almost all the applications. If you go to credit card related application, you could see a chatbot. And if you go to IRCTC, we are seeing a chatbot. If we go to e-commerce websites like Amazon or Flipkart, there we are seeing chatbots so that they can reduce burden on their telecallers by answering so many what you call it as regularly asked questions through clarifying doubts related to regularly asking questions through these chatbots. And these chatbots may be rule based chatbots nowadays. They will if you chat GPT 4.0 and GPT model in it, they will definitely better perform compared with the current market scenario. And programming and debugging instance, Just now we have seen it. And not only improvise the code, if you ask some question like, I would like to write a program in Java to demonstrate interfaces with a few methods, just ask that question to your ChatGPT, it will give you the code. And it will explain that code also. You can see this generating what exactly I want. I checked this program earlier. This generating what exactly I want. And creative writing and content creation. Just now we have seen writing a story in Telugu, and if you ask to create a poem, it will create it. If you ask to create a content like write a blog post on healthy eating, and it will generate a blog post also. Write a blog post on healthy eating. It's still working, I think. You have hit the pre-plan limit for GPT 4.0. Responses will use another. That is okay. Write a blog post on healthy eating. It will give you a blog post. You can check it, and you can further improve it also. For example, if you don't like this option, copy paste it, and you can ask ChatGPT to improvise this answer, this point. Like that, you can generate content also using ChatGPT, and you can use it in healthcare information support, but it is not suggested. Language translation and practices, you can use ChatGPT for personalized recommendations. For example, you would like to go to some other place, and already based on your questions and answers, ChatGPT already contains some idea about your personality, and it will recommend what type of actions you can perform there, what type you cannot perform. Like that, it can give recommendations also. Financial planning and advice. You can ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT treat you as a uh, uh, Warren Buffett, and give me few stock ideas which can grow 5 times in coming 3 or 4 years. It will give a financial, if it will give a advice also. Or currently I am drawing this much amount and my expenses is this, and I would like to invest in safe assets. What financial components I can consider for? It will give an advice. And then it finally you can also use for career development and resume building also. You can ask for ChatGPT. These are the things we can find with ChatGPT 4.0, and this makes these features make ChatGPT more unique compared to the previous versions. But we will get better results when we know how to use this ChatGPT, and that is generally called as how to use the ChatGPT and how to ask questions. The questions we pose to the ChatGPT are generally called as prompt, and how to make these prompts better is generally called as prompt engineering. A prompt engineering is definitely a very vast subject, but I would like to conclude the higher level details in 10 to 20 minutes of 10 to 20 minutes, so that we can give better prompts to our chat GPT to get better results. And prompt engineering, this is one other perspective, not everyone's. ChatGPT, prompt engineering contains basic building blocks like um task, context, persona, exemplar, format, and tone. These are the building blocks of prompt engineering formula building. And among these, if you organize these things, the most important things should be included in your prompt is task, context. Optional things are tone, format, and persona. We listed here based on their importance. And among these, if you want to say which one are mandatory and which one are important, which one are nice to have, here we listed them. Task is mandatory because without task, for example, I would like to uh, improve my physical strength by doing workouts. I may ask the question like, give me a 3-month training program. It is mandatory, but it may not give appropriate result because without knowing my personality, it cannot give the answer. So I can improve the prompt like, I am a 75 kg male. I would like to start training. Give me a 3-month training program. That would be a better answer. And by using all these components, we listed which one is mandatory, which one is which one is important, and which one is nice to have. And we identified that task is mandatory, context is context, and exemplars are important. Exemplar is just a fancy word for example, nothing more than that. Persona, format, and tone, these are nice to have. Let's see it with examples. And by combining all these things, you will get a better output from the chatbot, ChatGPT. But it is not necessary to have all these things in your prompt. Sometimes you may have only few things. Uh, Sometimes you may have all the things. Let us consider with example. Let us start with task. Task generally always begins with an action verb like generate, write, or analyze, and create, and it will specify what operation we wanted to perform. As we already discussed, simple task prompts like generate a 3-month workout plan, 3-month diet program. And you can also ask complex prompts like analyze the collected user feedback from my newsletter, summarize the top 3 takeaways with a focus on improvement, and categorize the rest based on importance. You can ask like that. Let us see it with one simple example. For example, my task is getting a 3-month training program. If I ask a question like that, give me a 3-month training program, it will give some answer like the first month focused on building solid foundation of strength, endurance, and mobility, full body strength, cardio core, full body strength, day 4, like that. And if I give both context and action, it might give me a better answer than this. Here we give only task. Let us combine it with context. I am a 75 kg male, and give me a 3-month training program. And if you click on this, it will give you a better result. Here you can see. And here we give weightage to the task over context, because with context you will not get anything. I'm a 75 kg male. With only context, we will not get anything. We will get it only when we gave a task. That's why we identified that task is mandatory and context is important. By using context, you will get much better result. Next one, context. But whenever you are talking about context, you will get unlimited number of possibilities. How ChatGPT can understand? If you are a human being, you know the context exactly, and you will give a proper result. But ChatGPT doesn't know that. That's why 75 kg male will not give a better result. But if you add few more things to it, it will give a better result. That is, what's exactly the background of the user, what you want to achieve from this task, and in which environment you are. Let us see it with the same example, and we can further improvise this query, like I am a 75 kg male, which is the context, and what we want to achieve from this is looking to put on 5 kgs of muscle mass over the next 3 months, and the environment of us is I only have time to go to the gym twice a week and for only 1 hour each session, and I wanted that workout plan. So it will give much better result compared to what we get earlier. You can see. You can see how better result it is giving. That means the amount of data you gave to the chat GPT, it will fine tune its answer, and it will give better results. Next one, examples. Um, Examples allow ChatGPT to mimic the style, structure, and tone of anything. For example, you are a manager and you are a hiring manager. You would like to hire a B2B product marketing manager uh, for your company, and the role is it increases the brand awareness for Netflix advertising platform with the goal of acquiring new partners. And please drop the description. This is our goal. It will give some answer. But you already know an example format prepared in your company earlier, and you would like to prepare in the same manner, you can give that example, and ChatGPT will give exactly in the same format. Let us see. Here we gave our format, and later I copied some role from LinkedIn. This is a B2B manager for Amazon. Let us copy this. And paste it here. It will give you the details in exactly the same format, so that you need not worry about how to write it once again. Here you can see. And next one, persona. Persona is about embodying a specific character or expertise in ChatGPT you want to see, or see in simple terms, who do you want the AI to be in? For example, you met with a small collision or something like that. You got an injury, and you would like to ask how to treat that injury. You can ask like, you are a physical therapist specializing in athlete recovery. Generate me a 2-month program that helps me recover from my tennis elbow. It will give you an answer. Or if you are a job seeker, you can ask ChatGPT to act like a manager at Fortune 500 company and give me 20 questions to which will help me prepare for my future job interviews. Like that, you can make your ChatGPT act like someone. And format. Here, it gave me answers in some format, but I would like to get it in paragraphs. It gave me in bulleted points. If I want them in paragraph, I can ask ChatGPT to format as paragraphs, but bulleting is better compared to the paragraph. And here also, you can ask ChatGPT to give points here. Like that, you can specify the format which you want to use. And next one, you can also set the tone, that is a casual tone of voice, a formal tone of voice, and witty output, enthusiastic, pessimistic. Like that, you can specify the tone and you can ask ChatGPT to write answer in that tone. Finally, a perfect prompt may have all these components. Sometimes without having one or two components also gives perfect prompt, but text context will give a best prompt for your results, best results. And here I gave one example. I typed it to save earlier to save time, and that is maybe I did not prepare a prompt for it. Let us see this example only. So an individual who has adopted a healthier lifestyle over the past year, resulting in better physical and mental well-being. Inspiring by your journey, a few friends have asked for advice on starting their own health journeys. Here, the persona is highlighted using green, and context is highlighted using orange. The task is write a message to share in group chat with interested friends, which contains format and context also. The message should outline the steps you took, share some challenges and how you overcome them, and offer to support them as they embark on their own journeys. This could be a perfect prompt compared to just asking, give your diet plan for 3 months. Like that, you can give better queries to your ChatGPT. You will get your better results. I think we are running out of time, I think. So I will quickly complete the remaining points also, which are very much needed for the better completion of this particular topic. The final one is challenges with respect to the ChatGPT. And bias and fairness is the first challenge. And we all know ChatGPT was trained on some input data. Based on that input data, it will sometimes bias it towards some of the answers. For example,
Mano, can you talk a little less slowly?
Are you talking about myself, sir?
Yes, I heard.
Hello. Are you talking to me, sir? Hello.
Continue, sir. Continue. Continue lecture.
bias and fairness. And let us consider an example. You are asking related to nurses. If most of the times the model is trained on women nurses, it used to tell she is very good at that thing and she used to do those options, and it will bias it towards the training data. And fairness of the information is also based on the training data only. Sometimes it may not be fair. Misinformation. For example, I asked ChatGPT, I am getting headache. What medicines I should take? It will give some answer, but that may not be the accurate result for it, because that headache may be because of stress, or maybe because of less sleep time, or maybe because of some other internal issues that could be handled, that need to be handled by only medical professional only. And lack of understanding. And if I ask ChatGPT some question, what is rebasing? It cannot understand. Previously, it understand because the previous question related to the get. So it is in that context. So it understands that one and it gives me answer. But sometimes it may not understand accurately. But it is our mistake also, not only ChatGPT. And the next one is user privacy. Yes, ChatGPT is definitely private, and it will not store any results, and it will not reveal the results with others. They already faced that problem earlier. In first version itself, the one user's questions is shown to the other user. They rectified it, and nowadays they are maintaining so many standards to maintain the user privacy. And over reliance on AI. Yes, and nowadays, if we ask our students to write something, they first go to the ChatGPT and they are writing the answers, which sometimes leads to the what you call it as it is killing their creative skills. Yes, ChatGPT is useful when we use it in our limits, and it is not useful. It is definitely dangerous when we are using for everything. And the future of conversational AI is definitely it will improve the natural language understanding. And ChatGPT 4.0 itself is multimodal capabilities, and in future we will see more data types also supported. Personalization and memory, yes, it remembered your queries and it will personalize answers based on your earlier queries. And enhanced emotional intelligence. Recently, I read one article that says ChatGPT, when some user tell his problems and what should I do, it gave a very harsh reply, and which will be rectified in future, and which will give better results to console that particular person. And integration with everyday life, yes, we can integrate it with everyday life, and we can schedule our tasks, and in future we can give tasks. It will schedule based on the priorities. And industry specific applications, now itself we are seeing industry specific applications. In future we will see very huge number of industry specific applications on based on this chat gpt. And ethical and transparent AI, yes, sometimes it will answer unethical questions also. For example, how to download movies online for free, which is not ethical, but it may give answer for it. I didn't tested it. You can test it out. And how to download papers without paying open access charges. These are unethical, but it may answer some questions. Multilingual and cross-cultural proficiency. Yes, ChatGPT 4.0 supports multilingual, multiple languages, but not optimized for all the languages. In future, it will be optimized for all the languages, and cross-cultural proficiency also, and enhanced security and privacy. In today itself, it is enhanced security. and human AI collaboration, autonomous AI agent, broader accessibility. Nowadays, it is accessible to very few people, and in future, it will be accessible to much wider audiences. That's all for my today's presentation. And in last slides, I gone a little faster because of the time constraints. Sorry for that. And my voice is also not very much clear today because last 2 days I'm suffering with fever and cold. That's why my voice may not be clearly audible to some of you. Sorry for that. And if you have any questions so far, you can ask me now in this particular topic.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I have one query.
Yes.
What is the future potential of ChatGPT and other languages models in AI?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just now we have seen this, sir. In future, ChatGPT can be used in everywhere, like in our daily homes also. Nowadays also we are seeing it, Alexa and Siri and OK Google. These are also based on generative AI and LLMs only. And in future, we will see it in much better scale and much better way, with better security features and with better multi-language support and with better futures.
Thank you, sir. I have another question.
Yes, sir.
Will ChatGPT replace search engines and content writers? Anything is there?
We cannot say yes, sir. Uh, I can say no because it will write content. It will search whatever content you want, but human creativity, at least I believe human creativity is much superior compared to what ChatGPT is generating, because human creativity is natural and it will be based on your ideas. This chatbot creativity is based on the data you train with. It is already copied version. So I feel creator's job may not be, for some of the situations where you want to create the content which is already known, and in a better way you can use it. But if you want to get novel ideas and novel content, definitely creators are much better compared with ChatGPT. And also, browsers are not only meant for providing textual information; they are used to perform so many other tasks. That's why I don't believe ChatGPT will replace browsers.
So I'm
But
audible, sir.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So myself, Asif sir from GBIT. I just want to check with. Recently, we have seen in news that ChatGPT has failed in securing good potential of marks for IIT exam. So I just want to make a small attempt here. What does that ChatGPT can struggle with to answer the questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I said just now also, sir. ChatGPT will generate answers based on what we trained it with. It cannot answer the questions which it does not trained on. So the IIT papers may give the better, what you call it as better reasoning questions, or better circuits if it is electrical subject, or better programs which are not known to ChatGPT. It will definitely fail, sir. Not only that, there are so many areas where ChatGPT can fail, like um, uh, what you call it as the questions which are not properly framed, or the ethical dilemmas are what you call it as personality related questions. I mean, you and me conversations. In these situations, definitely ChatGPT may not work as we expected, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, any queries from your end? Dear participants, any questionnaires from your end? Who ma'am, please word of thanks.
Yeah. Anybody willing to ask any question? So on behalf of everyone, I would like to thank Dr. K. Manideep, and we appreciate the knowledge you shared with us, and your research contribution, as evident from your publication, is in reputed journals and conferences, are invaluable. Your blend of teaching, administrative leadership, and impactful research is an inspiration to all of us, sir. Please accept our sincerest gratitude for taking the time to share your expertise with us. We hope you continue the success in your academic pursuits and look forward to the future collaborations. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Small interrupt. Dear participants, please all of you are on your video. You want to take one snap? All of you.
Shall I mute, sir?
2 minutes, sir.
Sir, actually, you have muted our videos. I think so. Sir, kindly check from your end. You have muted our videos. You cannot start your video because the host has disabled it.
తీసుకున్నా ఫోటోస్
అది నా అనుభవం కాదు. ఇక్కడ చాట్ పర్మిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి.
అది ఆయన వీడియో మంది కాదు.
మన దాంట్లో పార్టిసిపేట్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఇందులో ఇది ఇందులో వ్యూ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్ మోర్.
ఏం చేస్తున్నావు?
వీడియో సార్ రావట్లేదు సార్.
అయిపోయింది తీసుకెళ్తాను. ఉన్నాడు, స్టార్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. Ma'am, please give Kashi Vishwanath.
Yes, sir. Vishwanath, sir, are you in?
Yes, I am. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pleased to introduce our today's second esteemed guest, Mr. Kashi Vishwanath. He is an associate manager at Accenture with an impressive professional experience of 19 years. Throughout his career, Mr. Vishwanath has gained extensive expertise in AI applications, particularly in the realm of text generation. As a leader in his field, he has worked on numerous cutting edge projects, leveraging AI and machine learning to recognize, to revolutionize how business interacts the data process, information, and create automated solutions. His deep understanding of AI capabilities and limitations has made him a professional, helping organizations to harness the full potential of AI in practical, impactful ways. Today, Mr. Vishwanath will be sharing his insights on AI applications in text generation, shedding light on the transformative role AI plays in modern business processes, and beyond. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Kashi Vishwanath. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for the brief introduction. I'm honored to take this session today with you all. I'll start the presentation, and some of the contents you might feel like repetitive because it's the same AI sessions that you're going through. So I'll try to be as much crisp as possible. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So today's topic is the AI applications and text generation. So what kind of applications that are available in the market that you would like to use it in your day-to-day life. So we will discuss in each of the slide. This is little like, as I said, sometimes you might feel repetitive, but I would like to keep this to very crisp and very short introduction about each and everything. So in between, if you have any questions as while I go through this presentation, you can post them in the chat. So I'll go through as and when I get a time for that. So first, understanding the AI and the text generation. So AI text generation. So as you all know, AI uses the algorithms to generate the text, uh, meaning text or any content that you would like. So it uses an algorithms for that. So based on the inputs that you send it to it, it will provide an output the way you are expecting it. So it will try to be as much logical as possible, and it will try to be as much consistent as it is possible. So basically, the process that uses is NLP. As you all know, the NLP is natural language processing. So it will use that algorithm methods to analyze the data and to generate the content so that you can make your communications as much as clear. And so the few examples that you are using in your daily life, I would say uh, when you're trying to send a message in your chats, you use WhatsApp mostly. So sometimes when you're trying to put a text, it will automatically correct those texts based on the conversation that you're doing with other persons, right? You must have seen every day in your life. And sometimes we use it to gauge the interest of audience on social media. Let's say you wanted to promote your product in the market. So to promote a product in the market, so what is the interest? Let's say you're trying to sell a pen. So if you wanted to sell a pen, so what kind of a marketing that you need to send it to users? So to gauge the interest, first you might have to send some kind of a survey, or you might have to do different types of mediums on social medias to get the interest of the audience. Also, on everyday basis, you might be using the Alexas to play some music. So when you ask some questions to it, it'll try to reply as much as possible. So all these are using the NLP processes in the backend. So in recent days, there are multiple apps to create the content as well. So like, let's say you have come up with an idea. Okay, let's say I wanted to create a character. I need a content to create a character in a movie where I want some kind of a villain character. Let's say I'll send a question to the app saying, I wanted to create a villain character for a sci-fi movie. So based on that, it will give you some outputs. Okay, this is how your sci-fi story should go through, and that is when your villain character comes in. So it'll it'll act like another person virtually that is trying to share your ideas. So trying to be as much creative as possible. So that is one example. And another example that you might be using in your daily lives is like email drafting. So when you're trying to draft an email, so and back in the day, you have to multiple times review your emails. You have to correct the sentences, paragraphs, and everything. So now you put it in a short description and ask your chat GPTs or some other apps, like format me this particular email in so and so method. So it is going to do all that work for you so that it is going to reduce the time, and it will also help the other persons to understand the content clearly. And the another app that you might be using in your daily lives are like some Google translators. If you need a definition of a certain word, or you wanted to translate something into some another language, let's say you're traveling to you travel to a China. Uh, you don't know how to speak Chinese. So then what you do, you put your voice in an app, you type it what you wanted to tell to another person. It is gonna reply to another audience in Chinese. So that way it is going to help you easily communicating with other people. So these are like little example for that. So and how it is going to improve in communication. So in today's fast-paced world, AI plays a crucial role in enhancing communication. And AI in text generation, focusing on its impact on efficiency. So how effective it is going to be. How can you be a creative? How you might be having like one simple thought. How can you convert that thought into a creativity thought? So these tools are going to help you in various sectors. Sorry. Let's say back in the day, if you have to ask a question, uh, let's say just to check your balance, you will have to call to a customer care. Then that particular customer care person has to be available to you all the times. In case if that person is not available, you're going to stay in the line forever. So nowadays that is not going to be the case. So you can just log into a particular uh, online portal. You will always see there is a chatbot available for you all the time. For a simple questions, you can just log in. You can send in your name and you can send in your information. It'll prompt you. It might not prompt you for everything. It'll prompt you for very frequently asked questions. So based on that, it is little bit easy compared to back in the days how it was going to be. So these chatbots are going to help you reduce the time that it was taking before. And also it is gonna help you. There are some like as we discussed before, like the email drafting. So it is going to improve your skills in writing the emails. It is going to improve summarizing. Let's say today we are having this meeting. So at the end of the meeting, there is always an option to summarize my meeting. When you click on that summarizing a meeting, it'll identify whatever discussions. Let's say two people are discussing on a product launch discussion. Let's say person A says we should launch this product on so and so date. Then person B says we should not be launching on this particular day because this particular day is not suitable for launching our product because let's see, let me come up with an example for that. Okay, let's say you wanted to launch some clothing product brand. Let's say you're launching it. So, but what is the best time to launch your product? It is when the more customers are going to shop for it. When you're going to launch a product when they are not going to shop for it, it is not going to be helpful for you. So when is the customer going to shop for it in most possible cases? In India, the one particular thing is your festivals. For festivals, you're going to buy your clothes for your family or whatever the case. So in that case, what is the best time? Which festival you need to target to uh, launch your particular brand? All the brands are not possible, may not be successful to launch at all the festival times. You need to figure out which brand is easy. It can be attractive for customers. So that way, it is going to help you in communicating and taking the decisions. So based on it'll always go through like what is the data that is available for the app, what is the questions that you're asking. So based on that, it is going to come up with the questions for you. So AI enhances the communication by increasing the efficiency and reducing the time spent on content creation and providing personalized messaging. These advantages enable professionals to focus on strategic tasks while maintaining high quality interactions. So how is it going to improve the efficiency? As we discussed, so if I have to sit and write a paragraph, a big paragraph, I'll have to think through each and every other scenario, then I'll have to keep writing. So nowadays apps have made the job easy. While you write, you will also have to think about uh, when to start, when to stop, drafting all the responses. So now with the app, you just put your idea. I need to write an email about so and so. Give the context to it, then it is going to help you paragraphing everything. So even if you put your resume, if you just upload your resume, and if you ask for an app like an example for ChatGPT to just summarize it, clear it, create a content with a better paragraphs and better approach. So it'll read through your resume. It'll create each and every bullet point. It'll give it and crisp and clear. So that way you can reduce the time. It can be a little effective. So AI in marketing and advertising. So AI in marketing. So like we said, it is going to help you with your personalized advertising. So it will personalized advertising is like you are going to target only a set of audience for the set of products. You're not going to send all the products to all the customers. It is not going to help you. It will be a waste of your time, your efforts, and your money. So if you're trying to, let's say, if you wanted to launch a product, you will have to target like what kind of a product that you're launching. If you're targeting the, let me come up with an example for that. Well, let's say if I wanted to launch a product, let's say take an example of an iPhone. Okay, if I wanted to market for an iPhone, so what is my best markets that I have to go? So because the one thing the iPhone is, they have the pretty high standards, right? So they definitely don't want to give lots of discounts on it, because that reduces their brand value to it. And also it is tailored for a set of audience. So it'll help you with the amount of data that you have. It'll give you, like, from the past sales, so in which areas my product is getting sold more. So I'll go to that particular area, and then I'll pitch in my idea. And then in this particular store, in this particular place, let's say Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, uh, in which area my iPhones are getting sold more, in which area they are not getting sold. So that in that area where it is getting sold more, and what kind of customers are buying it. So you do all that analysis with your data, then based on that, you're going to design your marketing ideas with it. And also, by targeting those audience, there is, like, you can adjust the prices for it, not little. I mean, you won't discount it a lot, but little you will tie it. When you buy an iPhone, I'll give you an iPods. That way you're pushing your two brands together, two products together, not brands, two products together. Or maybe with an iPhone, you buy this, you might get some other option. So, like, you do this bundling, and then you sell your products. It is going to help you in that way. And also in marketing, it is going to help you with the ad optimization. So as we said, we don't want it to uh, send all the ads to all the customers. No, I wanted to send the iPhone ads only. I wanted to do iPhone marketing only on the social media. I don't want it to do it on TVs. So TV ads, that way you can reduce the cost cutting for your ads. So where you wanted to promote your ads, where you don't want to promote your ads, so you can decide based on that. So AI for customer support. So as we already discussed, like, AI chatbots. So AI powered chatbots. So in recent days, you log into any app, you log into your banking account, you log into, even like, if you wanted to just even if you log into ChatGPT, there is always a small chatbot option is always there. So what is the help that you're even if you're trying to buy a car, when you log into a customer website, a particular dealer website, there is always a chatbot that is available. This is available 24/7. You don't have to have another person on the opposite side of the desk. You can always ask the question to that particular chatbot, like, what is the price of so and so model of a car, and what is the price. uh, then it is going to tell you this is the price. So if you ask, like, what are the specifications, what kind of engine that is, uh, how many seats, so you can ask any question to these chatbots. So back in the day, to ask these questions, you will have to wait for other person to be available on the opposite side of the desks. Only then it is gonna get you the answers. Nowadays, it is not. So these AI chatbots are going to give you those responses. It is going to help you as much as possible. Everything cannot be answered through these chatbots because they do have limitations, but they are trying to help as much as possible with that. It reduces the workload on human agents, because human agent will go one by one. Let's say if you wanted to check your balance with just a text, you don't have to call a customer care, or right sitting in your home. If you wanted to, I don't even want to log in through my bank account. there is always in WhatsApp, you will they have the chatbot option. So in a WhatsApp, you'll just send a text to your whatever banking chat. You will just say, what is my available balance for the day? It is gonna immediately tell you. So before, you will have to log into this particular bank. You will have to click on your account, then go to my balance. But now you don't have to do that. It is gonna save you time using this chatbots. That's why you see more and more chatbots that are being available in the markets nowadays. So any questions so far? Okay, I'll proceed then. So content creation for businesses. AI assists in content creation by generating articles, reports, social media posts. This capability allows businesses to maintain a consistent online presence while saving time and resources and ultimately leading to improved brand. So I was just watching through the presentation that previously was done. So the doctor was showing you on the chat GPT, like create the content uh, for so and so context. You give the context, it is going to create a content. Similarly, just like chat GPT, you also have different apps like Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly will integrate the tools that it's like you take an image, you don't even need an image. So you can just write the text. So create a, a product logo with the gold and silver and black. You just put this text. Create a company logo with the colors of gold, silver, and black. You just put this text, it is going to create content for you. So before when we don't have these apps, you will have to have like some kind of Photoshop skills. You need other person. You were dependent on other person to design an ideas for you. With this apps, you don't have to be dependent on other person. It is going to create a content for you. So like that Adobe Firefly is one of the option to generate the graphic images. It is going to help you content for that. And there is another app that is called Jasper AI that is going to create the blog posts for you and social media account. If you have a social media account, so you need to you wanted to continuously promote your brand in the social media. So the Jasper AI is going to help you with that. Uh, as you have seen in the previous presentation, like ChatGPT is also ChatGPT is another app that can help you creating the content. But for all these contents, you will have to come up with a context to it. So what is the product that you wanted to launch? What kind of a content that you're expecting? Based on that, it is going to create a content for you. Let's say you wanted to promote a laptop. If you wanted to promote a laptop, so you will have to give it context to it. So I wanted to promote a laptop, but this laptop is going to be, you need to tell the context, like how your laptop is going to help your clients. Let's say, what are the target audience for this particular product? Like you have different kinds of laptops, like MacBook. MacBook can be used by students as well as professionals, but not all MacBooks, like different kind of versions. For students, you can promote smaller configuration laptops that you can. So help me write a content, like how this laptop is going to help the students, how this laptop is going to help the professionals. So you will have to come up with a context like that. So only with the context, these chats are going to write the content for you. So enhancing collaboration with AI. AI tools facilitate collaboration among teams by providing the real-time feedback and suggestions. This fosters a more dynamic work environment where ideas can be shared and developed quickly, leading to more innovative solutions. So AI tools facilitate collaboration. So like when we talk about collaboration among teams, so you need like we said, we are in a meeting room discussing about a product. So while all this happening, you will always have your apps that are running, like Microsoft Teams. Even in the Zoom app, there is a summary button. When you log in, when at the bottom you can see the summary button. So when you're recording the content, it'll listen through all the conversations that are happening between humans, and then at the end of the meeting, it is going to give you the bullet points. Like say, at this point, you have discussed about the product. So what is the product? It's a product name A. This product you have discussed, like what is good for the product, what is bad for the product. So all this it is going to summarize. So back in the day, to summarize it, you need another person to sit there and keep taking the notes. And once they'll take all the notes, they'll go back to their desk, they'll start typing, they'll have to go through multiple times, and then they'll have to come up with the bullet points on all the minutes of meeting notes. But now with this Microsoft Teams, Google Workspace, Asana is another tool. So these tools are going to create the content for you immediately as soon as you're done with your meeting. Once your meeting is done, you can just go click on it, summarize my meeting. It'll summarize everything for you, and it'll create very crisp and clear bullet points for you. And Microsoft Teams is most widely used. So Google Workspace. So Microsoft Teams in offices, every other team uses Microsoft Teams. So Google Workspaces, Asana is another tool that you can explore. So AI in education and training. So in education, AI can generate customized learning materials and assessments. This personalized approach helps educators to cater to diverse learning styles, ensuring that all students receive the support that they need to succeed. So AI in education. So AI in education is again like a personalized learning. So how it is going to help the personalized learning? Let's say some students are if you explain them in two characters. Let's say if I have to explain about if I have to explain about something, if two characters are discussing, then they can easily understand, they can easily visualize that, they can easily remember that characters in their mind. That way they are going to learn more. Let's say if I wanted to if a student has to solve the problem like a plus b equals to so much, if you say like A are 5 apples, B is so much, what is going to be C? So put it in for small kids. So you put them in whatever, like if some people like cars, some people like uh, uh, tabs or some toys. So you try to understand what that kid is liking. You put your content in that particular uh, format, then the kids are going to learn faster. Even if you think, if you have a 3-year-olds or 5-year-olds, so that are going to watch a content on a YouTube. Let's say when they are 3-year-olds, you're trying to feed help them learn ABC. Let's say for 3 days continuously, they're going to watch learning ABCs. Then on fourth day, automatically the AI apps will suggest you, okay, it's in 3 days, the kid is watching this. They'll give you a suggestion of a video. Next, why don't you watch this video? So that will enhance the kid education for that. So these apps are going to read the data from what you're doing, and based on that, it is going to suggest. So that way, there are some personalized apps like Dreambox. So Dreambox itself is, you will have to put your text. I need to create a educational, let's say you wanted to create a math content. Very basic. I wanted to put some additions, subtractions, and multiplications in a characterization layer. Let's say two characters are discussing uh, like a story based. So you put a text like, I wanted to do this, then the Dreambox app is going to help you create a content for your learning purposes. Also, it is going to help you for the automated grading. Let's say you have 100 students in your class. To correct their assessments, you don't have to go through each and every paper for it. So you can, like like how we you are doing the what do you call it? Come on. Google form. You must have seen the Google Forms. So you just send one link with your set of questions that you wanted to do it. It will automatically evaluate the answers for it. So that kind of feasibility is always there. So at the end of the day, all you have to do is click on the responses and what is the percentage of responses that are yes or that are no. So that way it is going to help you automate your grading process. It is going to reduce your time so that you can put the time in the extra learning that you wanted or extra creativity that you wanted to create for your student. And that way they are going to benefit from it. And also the virtual teaching assistants. Let's say you wanted to present it. For that, you don't have to be always be available. You can put all your content by writing a text to it, then automatically that will transfer all your content into a interactive learning mode with whatever voice you want, whatever character you want. So these apps are going to convert all that and do the work for you. So that way it is going to save your time. So while you're doing all these apps, the one thing that you have to be consideration about it, it is, okay, good that you're using the apps. You're feeding as much possible data for this app. But these apps should not be biased when answering the question for you. And also, there should be a privacy to it, and there should be a transparency to it. So, biased. If you're launching a product, okay, you asked for it. I wanted to launch a clothing brand, but that when you're launching a clothing brand, it should not be biased towards a specific gender or specific color or a specific race. It should not give you an answer with specific biasing. And let's say if you're asking a question to your banking chatbot, there should be a privacy to it. It should not be asking you, give me your full account number, okay, and give me your password. It should not be asking you for that. So there should be a privacy to it when you're asking for it. So whenever you're putting in all this content, the AI, when you develop this, you should put it instead of asking for the full your bank account information. So banks should come up with such a way that their bank accounts, only the last 4 or 5 digits should be used to retrieve the data of a customers. To retrieve that data, those 5 numbers will always have to be unique. Those 5 numbers should not be repeat with other combinations. So in that way, it is going to search the data and it will give. So those kind of things that you will have to take care. And when it is answering the question, it has to be as much transparent as possible. So it is essential for professionals to navigate these challenges and responsible to maintain trust and integrity in their communications. So only when you maintain these bias, privacy, and transparency, only then you're going to create the trust. So anything that you do, the trust is the key. If you lose the trust, you cannot even sell a pencil. So to maintain the trust, you will have to have this considerations. You will have to keep them in mind. So future trends in AI communication. The future of AI communication is promising with advancement in contextual understanding and emotional intelligence. These developments will enhance the ability of AI to generate a text that resonates more deeply with the audience and improving overall effectiveness. As you all might have seen in previous presentations as well, if AI cannot understand the context that you're asking, it is not going to generate anything for you. So the first thing that we have to keep it in mind is it has to be a contextual understanding for those particular apps. And also it cannot answer the questions emotionally sometimes. So emotional intelligence also, you will have to keep it aside with this apps. So you will have to keep them in mind, and you will have to, as this AI apps is purely based on how you train it, how you wanted it to be. It can only behave in that way. If we are not providing the right set of data, if we are not training it well, it is going to harm the humans. So in that way, you have to be very mindful to it. And as we have all seen when the chat GPTs were launched, they were not so effective. But with each versions, so they are adding more contextual side of it, and they are taking care of more privacy to it. adding more privacy checks to it. So like that. So case studies of AI applications. So several organizations have successfully implemented AI for text generation, resulting in improved efficiency and engagement. So analyzing these case studies provides valuable insights into best practices and potential pitfalls when adopting AI technologies. Let's say several organizations, and one of those organizations is like Netflix. I'm sorry. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. So Netflix uses AI to personalize the content recommendations for its users. By analyzing the viewing habits, preferences, AI algorithms suggest the movies that you are watching. It'll based on, let's say today you're watching a sci-fi movie. For the next 2 days, it'll tell you, it'll tell you to watch the sci-fi movies. It'll give you recommendations. So top 10 when you log into your Netflix account. So the top 10 for trending for today may not be the same for everybody. The top 10 trending today for the set of audience going to be same, not for everybody. If your top 10 audience are watching the action-based movies, it is going to recommend you the action movies for you, or sci-fi movies, or drama movies. So based on that, so Netflix is one of the major AI user that is there in the market. So it is going to read as much as user behavior, what content they are watching, what web series that they are watching, what kind of content they are viewing. Based on that, it is going to recommend for you. So similarly, you have another app that is similar for viewing the content is Amazon Video. So Amazon Video is also going to do the same thing. But in shipping, like Amazon products, Amazon retail products. So Amazon leverages AI to optimize their supply chain management. Like let's take an example of like Amazon is shipping their products. You have placed an order with an Amazon on 2 different days, 2 different products. So first day, you have selected a product to deliver it to you. So it is automatically shows it is going to deliver. Let's say you have ordered on Monday, it will tell you it is going to deliver it on Sunday. Next time, when you're like, let's say on Tuesday, you are going to order another product on Amazon. So automatically what Amazon does is they will look from your previous order that whether it is shipped or not. If it is shipped, it will automatically track when is it going to be delivered. If it is going to be delivered, they'll compare the delivery time for the product that you're going to order now and your order you already ordered. If both the products are going to be uh, falling under the same kind of delivery lines, they don't want to do a uh, uh, multiple travel times to deliver your order. So automatically when you try to finish the ordering, so it'll automatically tell you on Sunday there is another package that is already coming to your door. So do you like, it will give you an option. Do you like this product to come on the same day so that it can reduce the carbon print? It will reduce the carbon footprint. Also, it will reduce the time of an employee that is delivering. Also, it is going to reduce the cost, delivery cost for it. So in turn, what Amazon can give you is kind of a credit, some kind of a credit they can give you, like Amazon reading credit. You can read something like Amazon owned products. As a leverage, I can use that kind of a data to deliver my products effectively and efficiently. It reduces the time and money on Amazon, and also it is going to help you. So that is one example where Amazon is leveraging this AI to reduce their operational costs. And also it is going to streamline the logistics for them and how effectively they can manage the inventory. So previously, there is another concept that Amazon that is doing is, so previously, whenever Amazon was shipping the products, they will ship it in a boxes or like polythene covers. So how many times are we going to reuse those polythene covers? And plastic is not good for the earth. So that is what they have come up with, is most of the products that they are going to do is the papered products. So paper products like cartons, paper carton boxes, you can reuse those carton boxes. You don't have to immediately dump them. So that way they are trying to minimize the impact on the earth. At the same time, it is going to help the customers to reuse some kind of packaging that can be reused. Another example, different example that the AI is being used nowadays, it will be the future, is in the auto industry, is like autonomous vehicles. We all know the more everybody wants, uh, if when you're driving your car, it should not be like so stressful. Let's say you're driving from destination A to destination B. To go from A to B, it should not be as stressful. If 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 you're driving on your own, definitely it is going to be stressful. If you're driving on a bus, it is going to be less stressful on you. Any other transport other than you are not doing it, it is less stressful on you. But similarly, I don't have a time to go to a bus stop, catch a bus, and then go from destination A to B, then from there to some other place. Instead, what if I have a vehicle that I can just sit on it, type my destination, I wanted to go from location A to location B. Just put it in a map. That vehicle will take you. You don't have to have you don't I don't want to feel like tired by the time I reach to my destination. So Tesla is another company that is widely using the AI that processes the data purely from their sensors and cameras. So before, Tesla was using more sensor based analyzing their data and then navigating the roads. So now recently they are going more towards the cameras. So cameras are like, it'll actually process the image immediately. It'll convert the data then based on that. It will process the data, then it will navigate you on the roads. So they are testing out. So Elon Musk thinks cameras are more effective than sensor based. So that is how they are improving their vehicles. So recently I've been to US, then I drove the Tesla. That is where, I mean, it's so autonomous. You are so comfortable driving it. So much of data processing that is happening like too quick. And also another advantage is, so when there are so many autonomous vehicles on the road, the there are going to be less accidents on the road. That is for sure. Because all autonomous vehicles understand what other autonomous vehicle is going at what speed, then they can react based on it. So these are the companies that are predominantly using their AI technologies. So another company is IBM Watson Health. That is also another company that they are using the AI predominantly to revolutionize the patient care by analyzing the vast amounts of medical data to improve the diagnostics and treatment plans. Let's say like you have a few, like let's say there are 10 patients in the past with the different types of illness. Then you group it. You group like what kind of age that patients are in, what kind of illness that they have, and what were the prescription plans that were prescribed. So it'll read through the data. Then in the next they'll come up with so cost adjustment for those treatments when they have to do it. Another company that uses the AI is Zara. Zara is another fashion retailer. So they'll keep changing their trends, patterns, preferences based on what their customers are buying, on what on which days. So this which day falls under what category? Is that their birthdays, or does this fall under their customers' festivals, or is it some kind of like wedding day? Kind of what? So based on their preferences, they'll analyze their customer data, and then based on that, on your birthday, let's say you have a favorite clothing brand that you would like. So you have registered with them. On your birthday, they'll send you the personal message saying, okay, celebrate your birthday with 200 rupees coupon. So that 200 rupees coupon is a personalized marketing again. They'll send it to you. So automatically, okay, let's say I have a 200 coupon. So why don't I go for and shop in like Max Fashion? So I'll go. If Max Fashion sent you a 200 rupees coupon, you go shop for it. That is one way they are attracting their customers. So based on the data, that on which day, what kind of clothing that you have done, what was your shopping trend. So based on that, they'll analyze you and they'll make sure the product is available for you. These are the companies that are predominantly using the AI. In conclusion, AI is transforming across various sectors by enhancing efficiency, creativity, and collaboration. As we all know, as the technology continues to evolve, professionals must embrace these advancements to stay competitive and effective in their communication strategies. So we all know, I mean, as technologies grows, so we definitely know it is going to impact your job. So to stay up to date on the technologies, we will have to come up with our plan to stay up to date on each of these technologies. And we have to stay competitive in the market. So definitely AI is going to disrupt the industry, but we will have to embrace it. How effectively we wanted to use it, that is in our hands. I think that's all from me. If you have any questions.
Dear participants, any queries from your end?
If let me first check the chat if there is any.
Once.
Yeah, there's none. If you have any questions, maybe I'll take it and I'll try to answer as much as possible.
Dear participants, your end any queries?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, sometimes in ChatGPT, some results will not be correct. Some results will be correct, like the it will not be correct results. It will not
Right,
give sometimes.
right.
There will be
It
problem if it is going on like that.
right. Because see, one thing, as we said, ChatGPT cannot connect to you emotionally. That is one thing, because it's still computer. It behaves as a computer. So when you're asking a question, in what context? If the question is emotionally related, you will have to. It'll say A for apple, but A for apple is not always same. A for and A for whatever. So you will have to read from the chat GPT, and then you will have to put your emotional context to it. Then you will have to relate your answer to it. You cannot always dependent on chat GPT or any app. Those apps will behave how we train them. They cannot answer that you're not training them.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So
So,
please,
hello,
whenever we
sir.
use apps, the one thing that we have to keep in mind is humans have emotions, apps doesn't have emotions. So tie that one particular app context to it, and then whatever answer that gives it, tie that emotional context to it, and then think through and then take the positives from it and leave the negatives to it.
Good evening, sir. Even I have a
Yes, ma'am.
query. I have put down in the chat regarding the research areas which are suitable and the journals which could be of help, the upcoming journals in AI. If you can suggest a few journals for ChatGPT or any AI journal for
Okay.
publication.
Yeah, 1 second. Like I said, like probably in your teaching students, so there is the dream box that can help you creating like more content for
Yeah,
you.
I have used this pepper robots. Maybe you are aware of it. I have used to
Sorry?
pepper robots. Pepper robots. There
Yeah.
is yeah, I trained that, but this is a difficulty that when we are training them, they follow specific tune and they follow specific format and all, and
Right,
they misunderstand some of the comments what we give them, queries what
right,
we give them.
right. Because
Particular accent
those
only,
apps
like
are still evolving. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Please, sir, please continue.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because those
so
apps are
what do
still
you think?
evolving, they are still developing it. So it'll take little time to it, but yeah, I'll post it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am. Yeah.
you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the natural language processing applications,
Mhm.
right now we're trying to work on language conversion into the Telugu. So
Mhm.
what our students are trying is like in English statement, whatever the paragraph is there, so that need
Mhm.
to be converted into the true sense of Telugu.
Mhm.
So in that, can you suggest the data sets, sir? Data sets are corpus. Right now, the challenge is facing in creation of a corpus for the Telugu words and meanings. So
Mhm.
any English word is there or sentence is there that should be converted into the true meaning of actual Telugu language. Like grammar
Yeah.
is different from the English to the Telugu, right, sir?
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
in that context, whatever the sentence is given in the English, so that should be converted into the meaningful Telugu grammar sentence. So
Mhm.
the students are facing a challenge they're unable to find out the right corpus or the conversion tool. So can you suggest in that, sir?
So when they are doing this, so
Sir.
are they dependent on any other what do you call that, APIs?
APIs not they're not depending, sir. They have framed some basic data sets, like kind of thing. So
Okay, so maybe make use of some kind of like API or what do you call it?
sir,
It is little tricky, but yeah,
yes, sir, yes.
yeah,
Uh, So,
yeah.
based on your thought process, sir, what are the other challenges are there when we are working with the NLP kind of things in the development of applications? So that will be a knowledgeable kind of thing, we can convey the same thing when we're dealing with the students in the classroom related to the ML applications or ML models.
The challenges are, as everybody,
Yes,
as this the industry is still into early stages, so everybody is talking about the AIs, but every product has the uh,
pros,
what do you say, the
consequences, like kind of
having
thing.
a difficulty of giving that accurate precisions models.
Sir.
So it, it'll have to come up with like more data feeding.
Yes,
The
sir.
the more you feed, it cannot. It can only it can only be better with more feeding.
Sir,
I
don't mind. Like another one, sir, related to the ChatGPT. Everybody's curious about ChatGPT.
mm-hmm,
So we have different kind of challenges. Like normally right now, as a
mm-hmm,
researchers and all other, so many people are utilizing the ChatGPT.
mm-hmm,
But the challenge is a person who is writing his own sentences. So
right,
for better English or betterment, they're using AI applications.
right,
So when they're feeding this, their own write-up or their own paragraph or their own sentence into the AI
mm-hmm,
application, so later
mm-hmm,
on, when they're checking about the plagiarism, so it is showing 100% plagiarism. So
definitely,
yes, sir. So how can we avoid that? Uh, Basically, the actual human writing is also converting into the plagiarism. It is a little difficult for
right,
the researchers who are using AI application. So in this
right, right,
regard, instead of helping to the researchers, it is giving a trouble to the researchers.
right.
So,
Yeah, but that also comes right. If it to avoid the plagiarism, it has to be like little more contextual. See, if I wanted to put in one sentence, okay.
yeah.
So can you explain me um, let's say I have a pencil which is of a color red. So how can I write a story with a uh, with a with a there is a pencil that is in red color. I want to create a story around it. Just put it in a plain simple word. Okay. Then it will tell you this pencil is in red. It can write well, whatever, right? So when you're writing it, you will have to come up with like more contextual it. So more, just don't put it in 1 2 words. So put it in more words. So that way I'm thinking it can give you different set of results. Definitely there is a plagiarism to it, but again, we will have to take it, we will have to fine tune it. That is for sure. Even if even when we ourselves while using the chat GPT, if we wanted help with the code, we will take the code from it. Then we
The other in this regard, sir, other challenge is like it is a long sentences and high level English words and typical. If
yes,
any proficient in English person is using this kind of sentences, so automatically it is detecting as a plagiarism. What
right,
I'm trying to say here is the model designed in such a way that if long sentences with the high end words are coming, so that is not
right,
generated or not written by the human being. So that
right,
perception is
true.
a wrong from the algorithm point of view.
That is
So
true. That is true.
that need to be addressed, na, sir. Like the people who are
Yeah.
working on the LLMs
Yes.
and all that.
100% I agree with you that. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So in this regard, like right now, we are getting like a kind of toughness in that. So to
Yes,
take the
yes.
help of
Even
AI tools.
even as I mean, as a developers, even we face the same challenge when we write a code from it. Even that gives a similar thing. We cannot use the same code everywhere because
Sir.
that falls under some patent issues or some kind of an issues. So even we have to fine tune it with whatever the solution that the ChatGPT. You cannot trust ChatGPT 100%.
Sir.
Take the content from it, then we will have to fine tune. We will have to add our human touch to it.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of time saving purpose, we should not be completely dependent on ChatGPT.
This kind of knowledge we have to take it and we have to
Yes,
work on our own.
just
So we should
possess
not
the
depend on it.
knowledge,
Yes.
fine tune it.
Yes, yes. So
If
thank
we
you
have
so
to
much,
write
sir.
from the scratch, it'll be time consuming.
Yes, yes.
Rather use your ChatGPT, get some context to it, then add your human touch to it.
Sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your
Thank you, sir.
suggestions.
Sorry, I may not be helpful for so much, but
no, sir. Like whatever you are giving, that is useful for us. So from the developer's perspective, you are teaching to us, like from the academicians, like it is useful only, sir. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. That's it.
Any more queries, participants? Hari sir?
Thank you, sir.
I think participant not having any queries. So who
Okay.
can be another vote of thanks. After
Okay,
that,
sir.
we have one photo. That means online pic.
Okay, sir. Yeah, it was a great session, Mr. Kashi. I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks for taking the time to share your valuable insights with us. We all thank you for your expertise and for inspiring us with your work. We look forward to more such sessions in the future. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you all for your valuable time and listening through the session. Yeah, thank you so much.
So 1 minute, sir. All of you on your video, you have take one snap with the resource person. Sir, can you stop your screen?
Sorry. Yeah, I'll do that. I did. Can you see?
Close that window.
Close the window also, sir. That base pics.
I did, right? I still see. Okay.
Yeah. Fine, sir. All of you
My
start.
video is not working. He's telling me that he's speaking a lot. My video is not working, ma'am. Tell me that host is disabled my video. Please Enable it.
Yeah.
We are looking into it, sir.
And the snap is over.
Host is disabled.
Thank you, Kasi sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
all
all
have
the
a great rest of
participants.
the day. Yeah.
Host is disabled.
So once again, how to do we have to give the feedback in ATAL? You mean daily feedback?
Daily feedback we will share in the WhatsApp group में once check it out. And
Because
also
I
final.
joined the WhatsApp late.
Okay.
I didn't notice.
I will.
This is my WhatsApp ends with 1881 number. Can you send me all the links for the feedback?
One check in the WhatsApp group में.
On Saturday we'll share everything.
I started I think yesterday or today. I don't remember.
You can
Today
check out in
itself.
WhatsApp.
We will be
Okay, sure.
resharing it, ma'am.
Yeah, please reshare it. That's what I mean, because I will not have the old ones.
Ma'am,
Thank
I'm
you
not.
so much.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
My video is not sharing. Why not?
I'm not the organizer. Maybe she will answer you.
Video start करनी.
The message is showing the host is enabling your video.
Even my video is unable to open. The host has disabled my.
The message is show host is disabled my video. Why, ma'am?
So the session has been ended. Like we'll look into it tomorrow. So.
That section got tomorrow. Shiva phone has Kasi. Shiva phone.
खत्म होगा. एंड होगा.